Dams are amazing structures that help us control water levels, maintain water supplies, and generate energy. They're also pretty scary. One barrier stands in the way of what could be a catastrophic disaster. In today's video, we're talking about the 10 most dangerous dams in the world. Some of the disasters waiting to happen here are truly terrifying. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to The Supreme, and click the notification bell for more lit content. Let's get rolling. Mosul Dam. We could be moments away from one of the biggest avoidable disasters of our generation. The Mosul Dam is the largest dam in Iraq and is located on the Tigris River just upstream from the busy city of Mosul. Construction on the dam began during Saddam Hussein's rule and became operational in 1986. Worryingly, the dam has been built on a soft mineral that dissolves when in contact with water and needs continuous maintenance to avoid disaster. Work on an emergency relief dam was never completed. If the dam were to ever collapse, it's predicted that the city of Mosul would be flooded within hours and that the capital, Baghdad, would also be waterlogged. Disaster scenarios suggest that if this happened, 1.5 million people could die and a further million would be displaced. Plus, there would be the typical disease and social unrest that comes from these kinds of disasters. Because of the high risk, the dam has been a constant source of worry throughout the more recent years of strife in Iraq. U.S. forces worried that Iraqi forces might detonate the dam, although thankfully that never happened. In 2014, terror cell ISIS seized the dam. While Kurdish forces were able to retake it, the upheaval was damaging to the already fragile structure. The U.S. Embassy has said that Mosul Dam faces a serious and unprecedented risk of catastrophic failure with little warning. We found this image on the internet when researching the Mosul Dam. Obviously, this is photoshopped, but it's still pretty stressful to look at. A broken dam would be a catastrophe, especially in such a populated and vulnerable area. Three Gorges Dam. The Three Gorges Dam in China is the world's largest power station and biggest hydroelectric gravity dam. The dam is located in the Yangtze River, Asia's longest river, and is closest to the town of Sandouping in the Hubei province. The initial construction of the dam, which was completed in 2006, was already pretty controversial.
High as the highest point of the Three Gorges Dam.
The project cost upwards of $23 billion, displaced 1.3 million people, and has been subject to a torrent of criticism from day one. The dam appears to have caused significant changes to the nearby environment, which is now at an increased risk of landslides and earthquakes. In 2008, a powerful quake northwest of the dam killed 87,000 people, but the Chinese government denied it was related to the power station. In recent years, the dam has been dangerously close to reaching its water limit. Despite the dangers of the dam, it has reduced China's coal consumption by 30 million tons a year. It remains a hotly debated political and economic topic. Kariba Dam. The Kariba Dam sits in the Kariba Gorge in the Zambia River basin between Zambia and Zimbabwe. It's one of Africa's biggest dams and is said to be falling apart. The Kariba Dam displaced 57,000 indigenous people when it was built in 1958. Now the dam is decades old and hasn't received the attention and maintenance that it needs. A number of sources have claimed that the dam could fail within 3 years unless it receives an extensive repair effort immediately. If the dam were to collapse, it would likely rip a trench down the Zambezi River and could also bust another dam as the water cascaded towards the Indian Ocean. It's estimated that in a worst-case scenario, this could kill up to 3 million people and wreak havoc with local wildlife. On top of that, Central Africa could lose up to 40% of its power. Usawi Dam. The Dam of Usui is dangerous but beautiful. It is a naturally formed dam that came about in 1911 as a result of an earthquake that triggered a giant landslide. The dislodged rock blocked the flow of the Murghab River in Tajikistan, forming the Shaduwa Lake. While the lake is stunning to look at, it holds over 13 million acres of water, and there is concern that other earthquakes could collapse the dam and lead to a catastrophic flood. There are hundreds of settlements in the river valley that could be destroyed if the dam ever bursts. Estimates made 2 decades ago suggested that it could affect 5 million people, but since then the population has only grown. Some people are also concerned it could be a target for terrorism. Isabella Dam. The Isabella Dam is often hailed as the United States' most dangerous dam and sits at the southern tip of the Sierra Nevada mountains near the city of Bakersfield. The old dam was built in the 1950s and is struggling with seeping and internal erosion. Worryingly, water levels in Lake Isabella are rising rapidly, and the lake is already considered to be too full to be safe. This means that the old dam is working overtime and, according to the Army Corps, is at high risk of failing any time now. According to the Army Corps of Engineers, Isabella Dam likely has the highest annualized life loss risk of any dam in the Corps' nationwide inventory. Many people are worried that the city of Bakersfield does not have a safe excavation plan. Recently, over $200 million has been allocated to fixing the dam, so hopefully it's repaired to safety as soon as possible. Wood Buffalo Beaver Dam. It isn't only humans who can build terrifying dams. Beavers are the OG dam builders, and they have teeth that they'll use to bite you if you mess with them. Beavers are very aggressive when defending their territory, and they are very house-proud. Did you know that the biggest beaver dam in the world is in Alberta's Wood Buffalo National Park? It's 2,790 feet long and can be seen from space. Well, you do now. It seems that the epic dam is the work of 3 generations of beavers. Canadian beavers on brand and doing their thing. Although, again, this would be a dangerous place to visit because there would be a lot of angry beavers to answer to if this area was disturbed. The drowning machines of the USA. Low-head dams are causing problems across the United States. The harmless-looking small dams have killed more than 340 people across the country in the past 40 years. Canoers and kayakers think that they can pass them, but they can't. The problem is that people underestimate their power. They cause hidden rotating reverse currents that cannot be escaped by even the strongest swimmers. In 2016, a kayaker lost their life in the Arkansas River when they met 4 low-head dams in Wichita. The danger of low-head dams is finally receiving more airtime, which serves as a much-needed warning to water sports enthusiasts. Hidro-Ituago Dam. The Hidro-Ituago Dam in Colombia has already caused an ecological disaster when it caused a river to run dry, killing thousands of animals. In 2018, a construction error on the dam also caused mass flooding, which destroyed homes and forced thousands to flee. A local spoke to the local news publication, the BBC, about the disaster. Teresa Jaramillo said, "I was in Puerto Valdivia when the first alarm sounded. It was very chaotic. No one knew whether to run for the hills or along the road, whether to grab the children or grab the elderly. Everyone was going crazy." Experts have claimed that the dam has created a high risk of landslides from nearby mountains, which could cause further chaos in the future. Vajont Dam. The Vajont Dam is an abandoned Italian dam with a dark history. Completed in 1959, the dam was only functional for 4 years before a horrifying disaster struck. During initial filling, a landslide occurred, which caused a mega tsunami. Nearly 2,000 people lost their lives as an 820-foot wave swept over nearby villages and towns. The dam was once the tallest in the world at 860 feet high. Following the disaster, the dam was reconstructed but has since been abandoned. The giant structure is still in place today, looming over the towns below as a reminder of the tragedy. Some people consider the abandoned dam dangerous because of the plunging 860-foot drop. Drone footage of the dam shows just how eye-wateringly high up it is. Brutamaginho Dam. One of the most recent dangerous dam incidents was caught on camera. In January 2019, the Brutamaginho Dam in Minas Gerais, Brazil collapsed, releasing a deadly mud flow. The dam was owned by Vale, a company that already had one dam disaster under its belt following a collapse in 2015. The Brutamaginho Dam was built in 1976 and was known to have a structural problem. Just after 12 p.m. on January 25, 2019, the dam broke down and swept through a mining community. By the afternoon, the dirty water filled with heavy metals had polluted a third of the region's water supply. When it reached the Paraopeba River, the disaster killed 270 people and destroyed the region's ecosystem. 16 individuals from Vale were charged for murder. Incredibly, the moment that the dam broke down was caught on film. The incident was Brazil's worst environmental disaster to date. That was the 10 most dangerous dams in the world. Some of these are incredible works of engineering, but some are really scary. Have you guys ever visited a dam? They're pretty impressive when you see them with your own eyes. Let me know in the comments section.